Hi everyone, thanks for joining this little video I'm going to record, and really the reason for recording this is feeling that there might be some kind of message that wants to come through with regards to current energies of the time that we're in, and really about shifting perspectives is a big part of the message that I want to talk about as well. So I pulled some cards earlier before I turned the video on to find out what this message was going to be about. And the main significant card that we're looking at, the subject of this message, is the Six of Coins. This card is traditionally to do with balanced giving and receiving, but tune into this card, have a look at that guy, and see what energy you feel from him. You'll see he's got a little smile on his face, but he has some sad eyes, or some sadness in his eyes. He has a heavy weight on his shoulders, and he has a padlock around his throat with a key. And he's chained to a bowl of fruit, looks like. Or he's being delivered fruit. He's being very well looked after. He has the tools to break his chains, so this is through choice. He's choosing to keep this padlock around his throat, to keep this heavy thing on his shoulders. He has horns to signify the earthly realm. So the horns can also be symbolic of being connected to the spiritual realm as well. But for me, this card is a little bit about burdens, responsibilities, feeling obligated, and a little bit lacking luster, a little bit lacking liveliness, lacking zest, zeal, and get up and go to perform in this role. So not feeling fully alive in this position that this guy finds himself in, or that you find yourself in, or that maybe I find myself in certain areas, aspects of life. Since we are all reflecting one another. And so that's what's happening. This is what's happening in the energy right now. I don't feel like this is very strongly relating to me, but in some capacity it probably is. Anyway, if you're feeling burdened, if you're feeling like you are carrying out a role in life in some way, shape or form that is not fully lighting you up, but you just feel, well, that's just the way it is. I can't do that. I can't change this situation at the moment because of XYZ, a million zillion reasons why you wouldn't be able to unlock that chain around his throat and take off the... This could be just performing a job that you really... It doesn't light you up. It doesn't make you feel alive. It doesn't bring you joy, bring you happiness, but you feel like there's no other way than to continue to carry on in this manner. Okay, so this is where we're starting out. The significator. What's going on in this life? What's going on in this guy's life is the Eight of Cups. He wants to break free. He may even be beginning to break free. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from something that doesn't light you up, fill you up with joy. And I think the way these two cards came out was the Integrity card came out first. I apologise, I don't know which one of these two came out first, but I think the Integrity card came out first. So that is what this guy's wanting to experience. He wants to feel integrated, whole in himself, living his best life. But what's blocking this integrity is the feeling that he really wants to break free. And whether or not that's possible or not, well, that's perhaps up for debate at the moment. Maybe that's a matter of perspective, depending on your own situation. The conscious energies we have are the Knight of Cups, the Counselor. So this is tuning into the emotional realm to guide these steps in terms of perhaps stepping out, somehow unlocking that key around your throat. And I think a feeling this throat is significant because I've been having a little bit of mouth pain this week and feeling a bit run down. And so maybe we are all needing to just speak up a little bit more and be more in our fully integrated truth in order to maybe release the final little remnants of any chains and shackles that keep us bound to certain situations and scenarios that are not filling us full of zest. They're actually hindering our connection to life force energy, and have passed their sell by date. So what's truly what we're aware of is the connection and the effect, the impact that this is having on our emotions. What we're not aware of is the sage, so some wisdom here that we're maybe needing to tap in more fully. This flame from within, this deep soul knowing, wisdom with the owl, instinct with the dog. Looks like quite a well-trained dog. So I'm laughing because my dogs could do with some more training. So yeah, perhaps we're needing to integrate a little bit more wisdom to navigate through how we can step more fully onto this path of emotional fulfillment. In the past, we had the faith card, it was upside down. So there's obviously seems to be some lack of faith, some lack in a benevolent universe. So generally, the notion of lack was coming through in these cards to me. So feeling that we were stuck and bound and tied to blah, blah, blah situation because of this deep-rooted mental schema that we have that dictates lack to us. And really, this is perhaps parental figures or societal figures, words ringing in our ears, we can't do this because X, Y, Z. And that is not applicable in a new paradigm where we live in a benevolent universe and we do not live in a paradigm of lack. We live in a paradigm of plenty. And it's only a matter of mastering your own energy and working with the energies around you that are being presented to you, that are being reflected back at you, to mirror to you your own internal state, which is really how I see life these days. So a lack of faith is perhaps what's led us to this situation of feeling like we have to stay in a lackluster situation. What was coming up in the near future is a believe and succeed card. So a little bit more self-belief, belief that we can succeed. The psychology of success, tuning into that is up ahead. If we can align with that, then that will help us through. What we need to know is we need to balance our emotions. So we need to stay out of these lower density emotions. So whatever it is that might bring you down, might be the media, it might be people, a person, it might be a dark dragon that you're needing to have some energetic boundaries. I mean, generally there's a filter, there's like negativity that can filter through all of society in the west coast of Scotland, or at least, where we can have these negative little comments and jibes and thoughts, reflections, the weather, although it's been quite nice recently. You know, all of this can just be compound into this like big dark dragon figure, and we have to I had a meditation last night where I was creating a bit of a shield. It was a Steve Noble meditation, and it's his shielding meditation, shielding from negative influences. And what came to my mind wasn't a specific person or anything. It was just this general big black dragon of negativity that can filter through into our lives from various different means. So tuning into what that big black dragon is for you, and focusing on this nice light dragon instead, balancing your emotional realm. And sometimes that's a matter of finding ways to process maybe emotionally charged memories that can trigger us off to move into a downward spiral. Something someone said, did, We can take it personally, we internalize it, we let it drag us down if we're not careful to manage our emotional realm. And actually just to set up some boundaries of protection as well for our own, just having the intention, setting the intention to do that can be a powerful practice. And again, we had that Knight of Cups card earlier saying we know we're maybe not, we're not fully in our emotional power here. So then we have this emotions card coming out as what we need to know, and what's influencing us externally, or what is influencing us generally, collectively, is the King of Water, the King of Cups. This guy, I mean, I get mixed messages from this card because he's consciousness, he's got the trident, Neptune's trident, he is Mara, the sea, but he gets a bad rap because some people say that he's a bit too emotionally aloof, not completely in touch with his emotions. I don't see that in this King of Cups. I see that he has really mastered his emotions. So emotional mastery, I feel, is the process that we're moving through in order to help us believe and succeed, to unlock that chain around our throats and to step more fully into our full integrity and authentic self, to break free from whatever it is, to break free from that big dark dragon. Okay, what we are hoping for is the Two of Discs. So this can be the card of making the right decision, but also balancing the books. So maybe financially, materially, hoping that things are going to balance out. I know that's applicable for my situation at the moment, is paying close attention to perhaps our finances and juggling, yes, various different responsibilities that we have in our life. But I think this girl, even though it's a 2 not a 6, she's aware that everything has its right place and it doesn't need to necessarily be this old dogmatic weight upon your shoulders when it comes to responsibilities and things we have to take care of in life. We can take care of what we've got to take care of, but perspectives can shift to allow us to see maybe new ways of doing things. Yeah. Okay, 2 of this. So anyway, paying a little bit more close attention to your figures, really hoping that that's going to balance out. And then what we have in the future space. So I pulled a few cards here. The first one is manifestation. So manifesting what you're kind of spiritually called forth to do. So I also say with this card, make sure your intentions are carefully aligned. So when we're working with others, I think it's maybe even more important to make sure that our intentions are aligned for the highest good, rather than purely trying to manifest something for your own material benefit. I think I may have said this in a previous video before, but the purest or the highest source of manifestation power comes from the energy of pure love, comes from the purity of love, from a very pure place. That's how miracles can manifest, in my opinion. That's how Jesus' miracles manifested, and little small miracles I see in my own life manifest from this state of pure love. They don't manifest from a place of trying to call in magic or interfere with manipulation. I just feel like a little bit of an edge of manipulation, manifestation through manipulation from this card. So maybe just a little, I'm not trying to preach, but something to watch out for with this card coming up. We have the 3 of Discs, so this is collaborating, building something. Again, when we're looking for new ways to do things, working with like-minded people is very productive, successful, powerful during these times, especially if we're aligning our intentions. But I think, yeah, maybe we have to watch that we're doing it for the right reasons with the right people, but know that there's strength in working with others rather than perhaps going it alone at the moment, as we're forming, you know, close communities of like minds, soul tribe, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so then we have the Seven of Discs. So this card, to me, speaks of, again, just attuning yourself with the vibration of nature, restoring ourselves through that vibration of nature can help with that emotional mastery that we're working with. I mean, it certainly helps for me. That's my go-to, is to refuel, to refill, to just renew my strength and courage and confidence and life force. Is to, yes, I have practices, but a walk with the trees is just beautiful and powerful and resets, and it has this resetting effect, and it has that through this multi-sensory kind of stimuli that we have, especially in woodland spaces, like forest bathing. When we walk in, we're bombarded with all the different textures and sounds and sights and smells and how things feel and how the air and the light, and this multi-sensory overload, it kind of bombards our brain to have this reset impact, whereby some of the neurons in our brain that would normally be controlling and shutting down parts of our brain so that we can maybe focus on a logical task, they are overridden when we can step out into the forest. So we become more coherent. We become, our brain actually goes into a state of more interconnectivity and communication. So we use more of our brain that can sometimes be shut down. So this can help with our shifting of perspectives, to find new ways of insight, to have this reset. Another way that we can do this is actually by a little bit of an adrenaline rush, so a little bit of exhilaration through maybe some kind of sport that you're into. Okay, so working with others, but aligning our intentions and resetting those neural networks within our brain in order to help us forward with this emotional mastery. And then we have the Eight of Swords. I wasn't too happy to see this guy again, because he's back. You know, he even worse with you know, this is the Eight of Swords is what has kept this guy in purgatory, I want to say, in prison. Eight of Swords is a card of being in prison, but it's prison of your own mental mind. So in order to break out of that mental mind, it's the shifting of perspectives, being in the woods, exhilaration, being in the woods, opening up to see different ways, different insights. Okay, and then the last card was pure love, just love. So opening up to feel that emotion. I don't think we can call love an emotion. I think it's a force. I think it's a power. Opening ourselves up to the power of love. There is nothing deeper, stronger, more magnetic, more life-changing, more motivating than that. So that's the message for today. Take it easy. Bye.